husband, who's, you know, been here like 20 years, and he runs everything. And we had just finished the movie, and we were sitting there, and it started to just feel like we had, you know, the one the other day. And it just started kind of shaking a little bit, and then it got really bad, and we had, like, he started freaking out, and when he got scared, we got really scared, and he was like, okay, and we're on the second floor, and he's like, I just need you guys to be calm, but we need to take cover. So we had to get under the big table, and we all sat up there, and I've never felt anything like that in my life. It was crazy, but I'm fine.
Were you in Were you in E-Village or Disneyland?
No, we were at work.
Then how did you get home, honey?
Well, I'll tell you, we were okay, and I mean, it went on for about a minute probably, but we were all together, and Colton was with me, one of the guys, and so I was like sitting on him, and I mean, all the pictures fell off the wall, everything, but we were fine. And then he took us outside, and all the
okay.
Everyone was outside because that's where you're supposed to go, and we all stayed out there for a while, and everyone was all split up in all the different groups everywhere across the parks. And so he took us outside for a while, and we sat out there for about 20 minutes, and then he told us to walk over to where the rehearsal building is, and about halfway from there it started happening again, but we were outside, so we were fine, but we all just kind of laid on the ground out there while it happened. And so that went on for about 20 more minutes, and we all had to sit still. No one was allowed to go anywhere or move. And finally we were able to get up, but no one could go inside any of the buildings because of the damage, and, you know, it's not safe to go inside. So they put all of us out. We moved like 20 times. Then they put us in a bus sitting outside with some other face characters that they found. And we were out there for about 30 minutes, and we had no idea. No one could call anyone.
I know.
No one could do anything, but one guy had a phone where he could get something with video or something, so we were watching the news and seeing everything happening, but we couldn't do anything about it. And then they took us all to an alley, kind of, and put all the face characters there. And this morning, it was like bright, sunny, perfect morning, but they have no way of predicting these. It's not like you can turn on weather.com and see if there's going to be an earthquake.
Right.
And so then the sky like started turning black, and, you know, because that's when the tsunamis come, whatever. And but we all had to stay outside, and it was like 30 degrees, and it was pouring rain and windy. But they were so good to us. They brought us all mats to sit on. They brought us all blankets and hand warmers, and they brought us food and water and umbrellas. And we were out there for a couple hours. And then they were finally able to move us they inspected the main building. It's 4 stories tall, and they took all the cast members in there. We were sitting like shoulder to shoulder, and they brought all the face characters into 2 little rooms. And we were in there from about 5 to 9. We were in there for about 4 hours. But they kept bringing us food and stuff. And we were fine in there, nothing. But literally every 20 minutes there's an aftershock.
Really?
Some of them are bigger than others. But I mean, stuff will fall off the desks
Steve,
and stuff.
Let Steve tell you bye. He has to go to school. He's been waiting to hear from you too.
I'm fine.
Hey, Jules. I'm glad you're okay.
Hey.
All right, love you.
Love you too, bye.
Okay, go ahead.
Did they tell you that it's the largest in history?
Julie?
It's the largest one in Japan's history.
Yeah.
Right.
Funny how things like that work out.
Have you seen the video of what went on north?
We haven't seen anything. We just
You
got
haven't?
to Village 10 minutes
Oh,
ago.
my
You just wait till you
gosh.
see it. You see why we're so upset.
So do you not getting TV right now?
I don't know. I just walked in the door.
Okay.
Obviously, I called you
Oh,
before I
I'm
did anything
so
else.
glad you did,
Glad you
honey.
did.
You can't believe the pictures, Julie. It just washes all. It's
Well, I have a ton on my camera
you did.
from where we were. Yeah.
Well, upload them to that site when you think of it.
I will.
If you want to do an interview, the news channels here want to talk to anybody from Oklahoma that's over there.
And so, yeah, we were in there forever, and then finally they brought everyone. I'm not sleeping in my room tonight. We're all sleeping in the hall downstairs. It's still shaking.
Oh, honey.
Like my curtains are swaying back and forth still.
Gee, man.
Oh my gosh.
And so they brought us all in there, and the head guy came and talked, and we had our translator, and he was telling us that it's the worst one in Japan's history. The park had over 50,000 people stuck in it. None of the trains are running. There's no buses running on the roads. There's over 50,000 guests that have to spend the night at the park tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Because that no one can get home because there's no trains running, because that's the only way to get to the park is the train. They've already closed the park for tomorrow. That's the first time they've ever closed it. We're not going to work tomorrow. It's already been canceled.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
I mean, we'd have no way to get there. And so they basically told us either we can stay there overnight, but they had no more food and there was really no place to sleep. Or we could walk back to E-Village. And they said that they'd already had people tested out to walk back. It's an hour and a half walk. But we had no other choice. There was no way for them, like, we couldn't get in a bus. And so we all as a cast decided together. I mean, there's about 60 of us. So we were all like, well, we're either gonna, this is all the
Right.
current cast and my cast. And we said, we're all gonna either stay or go together. So we decided to all go together. So I just walked an hour and a half to get back to E-Village. It's about 30 degrees outside. I just had to throw away my Toms. They're
Oh, honey.
completely
You're in your
covered in
Tom, so.
I know. Of course, I wore those today, but yeah, they're ruined. But so we all walked back together, and it's incredible that, I mean, all the sidewalks, like we had to walk single file almost the whole way home because the sidewalks all look like this.
Oh my gosh, really?
Like the concrete smashed up like this, and every water pipe pretty much in the city's broken, so it's all in about this much deep of water. And
Oh, Julie, look, here's your sister.
Franklin, Hi.
She's fine, honey. She's okay.
okay.
She's back at her house. Okay, so do you have enough food and water and stuff? I mean, for.
Yeah, I mean, they turned all of our water and electricity. Well, I guess our electricity is back on now, but our water's all turned off. But I have some in my Brita, and I've got some food, so I'm fine.
Are they gonna shut down Disney and make you come home?
Well, no, they shut it down tomorrow. That's the first time they've ever closed Tokyo Disney, and the whole time it's been open. Uh, Hang on, I'm gonna write on my Facebook that I'm okay. I have like 85
Yeah.
notifications.
Do you hear our phone? Our phone has been ringing nonstop since 6 o'clock this morning.
Brooklyn, can you see her now if I do that?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't get to hear anything.
I know. Well, I recorded it for you. She just walked an hour and a half home from the park, and she's okay. She said she's okay. Thank God. I'm so happy to see your face. Ooh, longest night of my life.
Where was she when it happened?
At work doing rehearsals.
So they had to walk all the way back?
Yeah, it's about an hour walk.
Yeah.
I guess I
hour
heard-
and a half.
I guess I heard she ruined her Uggs
Her Toms.
or Tom's though.
Oh no, not Sparkle Toms.
They're not Sparkle Toms anymore.
They're quaking toms.
Too bad you didn't have your rain boots on. Oh well, that's the very least of our worries. Gosh. Well, honey, so where are you guys all staying tonight? Like downstairs together, or what?
Hang on.
Okay. Okay. Just don't answer it, Mark. I don't care who it is. I'll call him back.
So are the streets all crazy and stuff? How did you walk back?
I mean, not very well. I mean, it's all this thick in water and mud, and the sewers all broke, the pipes all broke, the sidewalks are all like triangles pointing up.
And you had to walk through all that?
Yeah.
That'll take years to fix.
Yeah. Like the 7-Eleven that we use that's right by E-Village is almost underground.
What?
What?
It is?
Like, I took a picture of it. Like the dirt, it's fallen forward, and the dirt's come up almost past the doors. Like it doesn't
Oh
even
my
look like
gosh.
a building anymore. And the big department store that we're next to, the entire sidewalk fell off, and it's like it. I mean,
Wow.
nothing's usable. None of the shops are open.
We actually we looked up and got E-Village and saw pictures of your place, and I saw that 7-Eleven, so. Wow.
Wow. So, Julia, are you taking lots of pictures with your good camera out there now? Oh, man.
I assume you're posting on your Facebook that you're okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Bonding time, though. What you doing?
I was putting the camera on because I won't remember all this for Brooklyn and Dad. So, go ahead.
We had good bonding time, though. That's what it was, because it was all the Cinderellas and Charmings in there, and we're like, well, if this doesn't bond us together as couples, I don't know what does. So now, every Prince Charming I work with, that we can be like, hey, remember that time we were all in an earthquake together?
Yeah.
Me and Colton are earthquake buddies now, because I basically was hooked to them the whole time.
See, were you like in between?
Right after it happened, and we're like, this is so fun, oh my gosh, we just lived through an earthquake. But then it kept going on for about 10 hours, and by the end we're like, this is not funny anymore.
Yeah, I can tell in your face it's a whole different thing than the one 2 days ago. So, so was this like your first rehearsal of the evening? I know you had like 3 things you were going to, so this was...
Well, everything else was canceled. Because today I was supposed to, we watched Cinderella, and then we were supposed to go do makeup and wigs and stuff, and then we had a 5-hour Phantasmic rehearsal tonight, but everything past watching the movie was all canceled. I mean, they closed everything in the park. Like,
Yeah.
That's never happened before. There's still like over 50,000 people sitting in there.
I was reading on the Twitter things that they posted on that Mouse Planet, that mouseplanet.com. That's where I went to because that's unofficial. And there was people posting pictures. And that's why I felt better, because I saw these people sitting in the parking lot. And somebody said all the cast members were amazing. They all brought us out of the buildings and got us, to safe places and everything else. And then one of the Imagineers is who posted all cast members are safe. And that's what I kept looking at for about 3 hours, so I could know you were okay. And I kept thinking, why don't they bring them a computer so they can call their parents? So, anyway, but were you, so that you weren't scared at first, but then you got scared, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and luckily definitely, I mean, I was okay when it was happening, but there were 5 guys under the table in there. It was like a big, meeting table, and 2 of the girls were like uncontrollably bawling, like they were terrified. But I mean, I was okay. But I mean, because it's just like you don't know.
Right.
And I kept looking at Steven's face. He's lived in Tokyo for 10 years, and he grew up in LA, and he looked like he was completely terrified. He'd never even been in anything like that before. I mean, you can't even describe it. It's like, it's something you like see in the movies.
I know.
Like I remember going in like an earthquake. Remember that thing in the Omniplex?
Yes, I do remember that. Was
That's
it like
nothing compared to what I was in today.
Wow.
And even when we were walking back, like still every 20 minutes, like you have to stop walking because you're shaking again. Like it just.
Wow.
And we were just, whenever we were all sitting there in that room together, and all of a sudden it reminded me of like Jurassic Park when you look at the water.
Yeah.
And it starts like moving.
Yeah.
And we can tell because we see our water bottles start to move, and then we know it's coming. So we all just like kind of brace ourselves and sit there. And I mean, some people were handling it better than others, but
Wow.
it was just crazy, and seeing all the Japanese people and all the head people, and they've never ever been in anything like this before.
I know.
I mean, no one has.
Yeah.
No one. It's the biggest one they've ever had.
And my baby
And we
was
weren't
there.
even in the worst part of it. Apparently, the center of it was about 2 hours from where we are.
Wow.
So, from the walk that we had here, I don't know how we're getting anywhere, though, I don't know. I mean, our sidewalks are pretty much gone.
Just think of how long it's going to take them to repair all that. Like, I don't even know when the trains can be back up,
They said they definitely won't be up today or tomorrow.
Oh, no. They just interviewed somebody in Tokyo. They keep interviewing Americans, that they find in Tokyo. And this one guy said that downtown Tokyo is totally paralyzed, that all these people that were there, can't take the buses back to trains back to where they live or anything. And so they're just walking around and there's no place to.
I know we had an hour and a half walk, which I've probably never done in my life, but at least it was walkable. Like there's people that are stuck hours and hours.
Right.
And there's some people on our contract who went into the city of Tokyo today. Well, no one in Tokyo is getting out. Like there's no way. There's millions of people in there, and there's no trains leaving.
Wow. Now, why did they go into Tokyo then? Why are you saying that? Is that where some of them live, or?
No, just to go into the city to go shopping or whatever,
Oh, wow. And are you actually, Dad will have to show me, you're actually a little bit east of Tokyo, or do you know?
Yeah, we're east.
Yeah.
We're right by the coast.
Right. Oh, God, I'm just so thankful. I've never prayed so long and hard in my life.
I just kept thinking of you the whole time. I knew you would be sitting by your computer waiting.
I had the phone in my hand, we had the Skype, we had the iPad open, I had Rufus sitting on my chest. He knew something was horribly wrong. And like I said, longest night of my life.
We don't have heat. It's really cold in here.
Oh, wow.
I feel like, when you get off a cruise.
Yeah? And you have those legs where you can't even, where you feel kind of dizzy? Is that what you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like sick.
Oh. Yeah, they said, saw something else where people were getting seasick, from it, so. So we've been watching it nonstop. Do you have your TV on yet? You should turn it on just so you can see all these pictures. You won't believe it.
I don't know if I really want to see all of it.
Oh, wow. and see like all these cars and boats have washed up on the coast. I mean, just like when the tsunami came, it just brought all of the everything in its way.
Yeah.
Dana, did you write to Dana? She texted me first thing this morning.
I mean, I just wrote a thing on my Facebook.
Yeah, yeah.
I literally had like 28 Facebook messages when I walked in.
Yeah.
Oh, and our elevators are obviously broken. We just fell on the 9th floor.
Oh, bless your heart.
I should have gone to the grocery store today.
What, sweetie? What'd you say?
I said I almost went to the grocery store today. That probably would have been a good idea.
Well, how would you have known? Here, I'm calling Grammy real quick while we're still Skyping, just to let her know you're fine. I can text everybody else, but not her.
Just realized my lamp is broken on the floor.
It is?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm so glad my computer's okay.
Me too, baby.
And I had a glass of water sitting by my computer.
Hey, Mom, it's me. I'm still talking to Julie on the phone on the computer, but I just wanted you to know that she is fine. She is in her apartment, so I will call you later, but I'm still on Skype with her. Love you. Bye. All right, what'd you say now? Your water? You had some water?
Well, I had a glass of water that I had by my computer this morning, and I almost left it there, and then I was walking away, and I was like, oh, and like just put it in the sink, but that would have spilled everywhere on my computer and my TV and my phone.
Oh, it would have. Good girl. Yeah, you know, now that you live there, you got to kind of know how to do everything.
Yeah, I've learned more about earthquakes today than I thought I ever would in my life.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I hope you can get enough growth. You know, it'll be a long time before this devastation's cleaned up.
I mean, all the stores where I live are all like
Gone?
not.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't even have a floor.
Wow.
The only reason E-Village is fine is because it's a new building that was built on the rollers. Nothing around here has those. And everything in Disney has those too, because they have to for safety reasons. So, really, I was in the two probably safest places in the city right now.
Wow. How's the cereal?
It was good. I just used the last of my milk, though.
You did? Oh. Do you still have water bottles and everything?
I don't have any water bottles.
Oh, well, what do you drink? Oh, you had that Brita. Right, okay, I forgot. I just kind of want to bring you through the screen and put you to bed. Okay, show me. So this is an aftershock right now, and that's how it is. Wow.
How much it's moving, yeah.
Goodness. And you only had a lamp broken and your drawers open?
Yeah.
Whew. Oh goodness.
I don't like this.
I know, honey.
It's
I'm
weird.
sorry. I know.
And it's so funny. I have messages like Travis's brother messaged me, and Meredith's boyfriend messaged me, and like all these random people that are like, "Did you hear?" Like, I don't know if you're with Meredith, but please let her know that we're here. You know.
A lot of people thinking about you.
That's what I was getting ready to do. I told Dad, I said, I'm not friends with her friends, but I can still send him a message and ask it. And then right then's when you Skyped. I was on the phone with Walt Disney's headquarters when
Were
she
you?
Skyped.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
You were?
yes, that's what Dad finally came in. He said, "Here, I
Wait,
think."
you were on?
Yes.
I called Mom on the cell phone and and your dad answered, and he said we were on the phone with Judy. That's the best thing I could have heard. So I said I'll talk with you later.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Uh,
What? Is happening again? Oh, I can see you shaking now.
this is a big one.
Oh, honey.
Oh my gosh. I wish you could see. Look at.
Are you okay?
Yeah, look at my curtains. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see him. Wow. Oh, there's Plunderman. Her stuffed bear.
Oh, that's a stuffed bear. I remember you packed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, after we got him back from the hotel.
Hang on, let me call Emily and see.
Okay,
Yeah.
honey.
And so he was like, we know that you're all starving, and he's so funny though. He's like this little Japanese guy. So of course he's like, hello everyone, sorry to wake you up, but we know everyone is starving to death. So we have food for you. It is Japanese style cuisine. You may enjoy. It is flavored and good and blah blah. Like so, and he woke us up like 4 times, and he was like, the food is here, and so we all went downstairs, and they could not be treating us better. They all they all came over here. All of the people in charge of us on their day off left their home to come over here, and they brought us all a ton of rice, these individual things of hot rice and stuff, and
Wow.
we all got.
Hey, can you face chat? Julie's on.
We don't have water, so
Okay. You want
they
to
brought us
listen?
all these emergency bags of water and stuff.
Oh, that's
and,
awesome.
Did you ask?
There's just,
Are you asking them how their families are and everything? Are they
Yeah, we're
okay?
recorded, okay? Okay.
yeah, they're all fine. Yeah, we were very grateful for all of them. They're just so sweet. And we come in and they're like, we're so sorry. And we're like, you don't need to be sorry. You're doing everything you possibly could to help, And
That's great,
yeah,
sweetie.
we still don't know anything further as far as work or anything. And we asked them about the park. They said there's still thousands and thousands of people trapped in the park
Wow.
who, live 4 hours away, and the trains are all still down. None of them have opened back. Buses are running on the street now, so that's good. So they're getting people little by little on buses.
That's good.
Yeah. And of course, yeah, our elevators, nothing still aren't working, so the ninth floor is not as fun as it used to be. But getting a good workout in this earthquake. And, yeah, so I think we're going to go explore a little bit here around 1 o'clock and just go see all the damage and stuff. And,
Well, be
and
careful.
we're just all going to kind of hang around all day and watch movies and stuff.
Yeah.
It's all off, so.
Remember, if you take pictures, to upload them to that FTP site.
I will.
Yeah, and I know to be careful, in case there's down wires or anything like that. I don't know how bad it is, but just, you're out walking.
Be careful.
So,
I already walked an hour and 45 minutes in the damage in the dark.
I know, honey. So, tell me again about the phone, because that's when you were breaking up. How did she call that phone? Because I couldn't.
I don't know. I guess it works in her room. I don't know. No one else has been able to figure it out, just her, so I don't know.
Huh. Well, ask her if her mom's calling some kind of code first or just calling those exact numbers on the phone.
Okay.
So.
And Lauren said that her mom found something online that you posted about me.
What?
on some website?
No, I don't have a website. I didn't do
She said
anything.
her mom was looking online and said she found something that said like someone named Julie with red hair or something is lost, and if someone can find her.
No, that was.
Oh my gosh! Turn that off for a second. You know who that was?
What?
I bet you anything that's who it was.
Chiba Prefecture just have announced that it is impossible for Grand City to start supplying the water. Therefore, Grand City will not be able to supply water for these few hours or probably 2 days. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the water from our reservoir underground for the use of toilet or sanitary purpose. However, because the water is not enough, we have to limit the time. The time that we can supply is from 10 minutes after 1 o'clock, 10 minutes after 3 p.m., 10 minutes after 5 p.m., 10 minutes after 7 p.m., 10 minutes after 9 p.m., 10 minutes after 11 p.m. Please understand that we are not able to use, we are not able to use water for drinking water purposes.
What is he saying?
Tell her when she can take a shower.
Huh?
Tell her when she can bathe.
Oh.
If you need drinking water, please don't send them or please go to get it. The contact is understand the situation. If you have questions, please feel free to contact the superintendent. Thank you.
Well, we're shaking again.
Are you
Did you
kidding? Is that what you were looking at? What?
It's funny how your computer, nothing's shaking behind us.
I know. You can see it if I hold something.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not moving this at all.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow. So what was he saying? Something about where you're taking a bath?
He said that the city of Urasu, which is where we live, just said that we probably won't have water for a few days. So he's going to turn on the water 10 minutes after 1 in case anyone has to go to the bathroom, but we're not allowed to use it for drinking purposes. And he said, if you need drinking water, you can go to 7-Eleven. Well, 7-Eleven is not,
Open.
it's halfway underground right now, so I don't think we'll be going there.
Well, Julie,
So,
where?
and so we won't be taking showers for a few. Good thing I washed my hair yesterday for the second time since I've been here.
Damaris would love that.
Oh god.
Yeah, we won't be showering or drinking. He said it's only to be used for sanitary purposes, which, go to the bathroom to flush the toilet, but not for drinking because he's using it from our underground reservoir, which is not sanitary for drinking.
Right.
That's interesting. They have a basin that they capture the water in.
So where have you been using the restroom if they said you couldn't use it before?
Well, there's a little bit like left in our pipes,
Yeah.
for each person. So I've used it like once, and so
Wow.
guess but I won't be drinking much water. So
Yeah.
Good thing you got your bag of water.
Luckily, I had 2 frappuccinos left in my fridge
Ugh.
because I can't water to make coffee with.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So and we've had our little. It's so funny. All they eat is rice here, so they bring us all vegetable flavored rice. So we have little things with our chopsticks, and now they brought us rice balls.
Go get your fill of rice.
Rice pancakes for breakfast.
The rice balls are funny. You just hold them and eat a ball of rice. So yeah, but I have like 4 oranges and a box of cereal, but no milk, and like 7 cans of tuna. So
Oh, Jules.
Emily has 1 grapefruit, so I don't know what she's going to do.
You still have your goldfish?
Yeah, I have my goldfish.
You might be able to make some money.
Yeah.
That would be really nice of me. Here's a
Yeah.
goldfish if you want to pay me 100 yen.
All right. Well, honey, did you get finished telling about the phone? We were halfway in there. Holy cow!
Next one, 7 minutes.
Okay, you can turn off. Julie. Oh, never mind.
I put up all the. Did you see the pictures I put up?
No, honey, we went to bed after we talked to you. Remember? That's
Look
what.
on my Facebook really fast, and you can see them.
Okay. Okay, so I'm sorry, you did or did not get to the store to get food?
Yes, we did.
Oh, good. Was it crowded and what was it like?
I mean, yeah, it was crowded. And they didn't have very much, but I mean, we got stuff.
Good. How about water? Did you get any more drinks or anything?
No, there's absolutely no water anywhere in the city.
Did they bring
That
you?
one bag is all that I have.
How much is that in there? How much is that?
I mean, it's not even a quart.
Oh my goodness, Jules.
Yeah. And that's another thing. I don't know how they can expect us to rehearse without water.
Well, they'll probably have to.
We can't even take a shower or go to the bathroom. There's absolutely nothing.
Oh, honey.
No one's showered in like 3 days.
Okay, so I'm on your pictures now. Went to photos. So where is it? What album is it in? Oh gosh. Okay, I see. Japan's largest earthquake. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. Man. Oh my gosh, Julie. I didn't know it was that bad right where you were. Oh, palm trees. Oh, well, you got some juices, I see, right? Or something. They had juice.
Huh?
They had juice, I guess, but not water, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at those sidewalks. And that's right across the street from you, the Ting Tang?
Yeah, like I can see it from my window.
Yeah, that's where you got pizza, right? The Ting Tang place?
No.
It's a Chinese restaurant.
Oh, never mind. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh, sweetie. Is that E-Village, this picture here that had, like, those buildings that has, like, orange and blue on it?
It's across the street.
Okay.
Awful pretty.
Oh, there's the 7-Eleven. Was the 7-Eleven open?
No, look at it.
No, I tried to go back to it and it wouldn't let me. Hold on. Oh, that's where he told you to go get water, huh?
Yeah.
Bicycle. Ugh. Oh, goodness. That's the street separated from the sidewalk right there? Good grief. Well, surely, I mean, surely if it's this much damage where you are, it's that much inside Disney World, wouldn't you think?
They officially closed Disney World till the 21st.
Oh,
They've
wow.
never done that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, we're still going to work.
Uh-huh.
So where are you going to go practice?
Backstage.
Closed till 21st. Oh, you got some really good pictures, sweetie. Wow. Okay, so we'll have to listen for that. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I don't think you should go outside. So these older people said they're just not going. They're going to call in or something, probably. I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about your person, Julie, that you talk to all the time? The one you talked to when you were here, is that the one that called you? The
I mean,
one.
it was one of them. There's a bunch of them.
Well, what if you call them and just say, "Hey, we really, really have a problem with this." I mean, that radiation is.
That's what everyone's called and talked to them and brought up like a bunch of different points, and they just say, "Okay, well, rehearsal's at 9:45." Like they don't. I mean.
Well, I think you all have to be firm. I think you've got to join together and say.
Mom, you don't understand. We all had a meeting for an hour downstairs and talked about it. 80% of the people aren't going, but I'm going to go just because all my friends are going, and I don't want to not go to work. I mean,
it's life or death,
Julie,
Julie.
this is nothing about being a good employee. It's about smart.
You need to Google what happened at 3 Mile Island.
we did. We've been Googling it for the past 7 hours. We're watching CNN.
Well, it's not worth. I mean, going to work, getting a point for not showing up for work is not worth the health of you and your future children. That's really what it boils down to. So we don't want you to go. I mean, that's not
I
right.
know, but I think I'm going to go, so.
Well, at least put it off for a day.
You can turn that off. I mean, what if you were sick? What if?
What are you showing there, Kay?
This is Julie's bag she has to poop in.
Hold it back up.
Steve, you do this.
Oh, it's a new. It said new at the top.
Wait, I want to take a picture of it.
How come it's so big?
Okay.
Is that for one visit?
What?
It's rather large. Is it for one visit?
To the-
Well, you have to wrap it around your toilet,
Oh, okay.
and, yeah, I have 10 of them.
That's another.
Too much information.
Yeah, that's another thing. Guys got it made.
Well,
At least for half of that.
that's for that half.
Yeah.
Without getting too graphic here. Oh, goodness. Are you feeling a tremor?
Does it ever make any noise when those tremors?
What's that?
Trying to show.
Oh, you're showing us the.
Rotate the laptop so we can see the curtains with the camera.
It's over.
Hmm.
Oops. I didn't have this.
Can't really see it anymore. But I don't. It's plugged into too many things.
Well. Right.
And so, everyone was saying, if we do go home, what does that mean for our contract? Are we going to be able to come back? And they basically said, we would love for you to come back. We don't have an answer yet. That's why we wanted to meet with everyone. We wanted to get, everyone's opinions and everything before we make our decision this afternoon on what we're going to do with you, everything. And meanwhile, the OLC people, the Japanese people, which they're not connected, the companies. I mean, they're working
Right.
together, but they're not, from the same company. They finally said, we need to make a big announcement. I think it's going to change everything that you are asking, everything. And then they gave us like a 15-minute break, and we're all just sitting there, and everyone's confused. No one knows what's going on. And so finally they came in, and our people, Disney, all the head Disney people had no idea what was even going on. And so the head OLC guy came up and said, said a million things, and then he finally basically said, if anyone wants to go home, which I think is 98% of the people here, we are going to pay for you to go home.
Thank God.
They're going to pay for us to go home. We don't know when we're going to come back. We don't know when our flight's going to be. We don't find out till 6 p.m. They have a scheduled time throughout the day, and the face characters are the last people that they're talking to. They're starting the meetings right now at 1 o'clock, and basically going to ask us if we want to go or if we want to stay, and give us our flight information and what's going to happen. We're basically signing a new contract because this has never happened. They don't have a clause in the contract for natural disasters, but I'm pretty sure they're going to after this.
Right.
And
Oh,
we don't know when our flight's going to be. We don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or 4 days from now. We don't know. We really don't have that much information. We've been, and one of the girls, there are like 15 of us in there. We've been in there for like 45 minutes. Like, everyone's still really confused. It's still pretty vague. We're not sure. But we made like a whole list of questions that we need to ask them. You know, are we going to be able to get back into Japan, you know, with the whole visa process? We know that we're getting our flight paid for, but we're not going to get paid our salary, which was in our contract that we'd get paid our salary. But since we won't be here, we won't be getting paid. But that's not really my biggest concern right now. But
Right.
And we don't even know, like, if they send us back. Nobody knows when the park's reopening.
Right.
We don't, like, it kind of scares us going on a 15-hour flight and, you know, being like, well, we'll let you know.
I know,
you know,
but still.
and the fact that they told us that rehearsals are going to continue going on with or without us. All the Japanese dancers are in rehearsals right now.
They are?
Everyone is. And they said if you choose to stay, you will continue to go through rehearsals. And if you go home, you will be missing the rehearsals. Well, that's very confusing to all of us, since 90% of us would go home if they were to offer us a plane ticket. We don't really understand that.
That is confusing. Yeah.
I honestly think that's part of the Japanese culture where they're just going to keep on being troopers. All of their people, you know, they're just doing what they're doing. But I mean, the fact that Bob Iger was involved, that's pretty cool.
I mean, that's huge. And they all, you know, they want to get out of here too. Like,
Right.
you know, all the Americans who are working for Disney here, like, they, you know, they're like, we don't feel safe here either. You know, we know exactly how you feel. And, you know, all these head people, you know, they're in their positions now, but they all started out as performers. They're like, so we know how you feel. You know, we know what your concerns are and everything. And, and a lot of people, like, you know, there were a million questions. Like, they pretty much asked anything that I was wondering about. And, like, you know, a lot of people, like, we are all just, like, no one has showered in almost a week now. Like, it's completely unsanitary living here. Everyone's just emotionally drained. Like, everyone's just, you know, and it's just, you know, and everyone's like, are you going to provide, like, counseling services for people?
Yeah.
Like, everyone's like, you know, we've been through a natural disaster, and, like, they understand that, but it's just, like,
Right.
you know, we've all been living, like, in limbo here. We have, you know, they haven't, I don't know, but, and so, like, he was very adamant about that, too. He was like, I mean, I know that I'm going to need, like, something after this, and they're, you know, I don't know what all was with that, but,
Who was saying that?
Is that John Barracks?
no, there's no name John.
But who is the one that says I'm going to need that help or whatever? That who you just
I
talking?
don't remember what his name was. He was the head guy for Disney here,
Bob Iger? Oh, here?
For
for
there.
Tokyo.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, well, John Barracks is the guy that was supposed to arrive today. That
That's the
Wendy
HR
girl
guy.
I've talked so much. She said he and his team were coming to E-Village today. And she's the one that has
Okay,
been...
well, I mean,
So
But your
no.
point was the American that's in charge of it himself said this has been real stressful. I need help.
yeah,
What about that choreographer from Broadway? Is he still here?
I'm sure they got him out of here a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
I was
there you
just
go.
wondering. Oh man, yeah, that's true. I mean, I didn't even say anything to you about that, but you know, there's everybody that they talked to said this thing with the aftershocks and everything. There's people that have post-traumatic stress syndrome for that for the rest of their lives.
Well, and and everyone's like, yeah, it's just like all of our nerves right now. Like, you know,
I know, or
if something
shot.
shakes or something, everyone's just like, you know. And last night we had a huge aftershock at 4 a.m. It woke everyone up again.
Oh,
I mean, my bed was sliding around again. It's just like it never
oh,
really stops. I mean,
Well, we're excited. We're glad to get you out of there, but it looks like it's
I
you
know
a
it's
good scenario.
bittersweet, sweetie. So I mean,
and we still don't know for sure because they said it was different circumstances for everyone. But about 10 people from our contract that have all been here before. So they, this is like their fifth or sixth contract. They got on a plane this morning and left.
Really?
And they said that they'll be reimbursed for their flights.
Wow. Well, and please tell Meredith what that lady told me too. I sent you that on the Skype.
Meredith's in the same boat that we are now, so.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
And if you had Bob Iger on the call,
And that's what they said. They go, and she told me, she said, man, we've had other parents call. We are so happy that you called, because she goes, we don't even know the names. She goes, if you know the names of the kids that are there from Florida, can you please send them to me? She goes, because we don't even know who all, because they froze you, down there. So I got your picture out.
That's another thing that, like, Julie and Lauren are furious that Walt Disney World hasn't even tried to contact us or anything, saying, recognizing that we're going through this, which doesn't surprise me.
Well, see, that's what Shelley, I told you, I talked to Shelley very first thing this morning, and she said, Kay, you need to figure out anybody that knew Julie in Florida, like that Tammy girl that, or anybody. Of course, I didn't have any of her, and she said, just start. I'm going to send you some numbers to start. You start in safety, because it says no one ever injured ever. And she goes, and you start calling these people, and do not stop until you get results. And I started the minute we hung up from you this morning. And just an hour before you woke up is when this Wendy girl got me in touch. She's in Florida, and this other girl, Tammy Garcia, is in California, and her title is what I tell you, Relations
Senior Vice
President of Human Resources in Asia. And then they were nice they could be. They all emailed me and said, Ms. Harsha, thank you so much. We are meeting right now. And they said, we may even get a website where all these parents can have a forum together. And then Wendy got done with the meeting and sent it and said, John Barracks from Disney Entertainment and members of his team should be at E-Village today. They are to meet with each individual cast member to check his or her needs. That will help us to understand who wants to do what and determine what actions are needed. If you have anyone that wants to reach out to ask questions, please feel free to share my email, and I'll forward this to you. We will receive the questions and answers accordingly. We will also have email groups updates as they are gathered. For those who have decided to leave earlier, we are still working on understanding the contract commitments. No one's reputation with Disney will be tarnished. Also, I continue to work with our U.S.-based entertainment team to see how we can repatriate, which means get back to your own country, those who leave Tokyo Disneyland for a short or long-term period. And if you have Meredith's contact information, please, she goes, we can reach out and start a conversation. Be assured that our Disney team is working with OLC to make sure we can get to the best solve under these circumstances. I will keep you posted as I hear more. Thanks again for reaching out, Wendy. I mean, she was nice. And she said, these kids are our best people. We want to take care of them. And she goes, and I am a mother, and if I were you, I'd be on the phone 24/7. So I felt really good about that. So, and apparently a couple of parents have called and kind of yelled, and I did not yell. I was nice as I could be, so.
she was. My guess, somewhere along the line, that somebody told Bob Iger what's going on, and the fact that he was involved, and the fact that your OLC people made that special announcement, I think that was a big tipping point.
And they didn't even, our Disney people didn't even know that they were going to do that. They started crying whenever the OLC people announced that, because they
Wow.
like Steven, who's in charge over here, he had no idea that was going to happen. So that was OLC doing that all on their own. They're flying, there's over 250 people. They're buying, or, offering everyone a round trip ticket.
Well, that's pretty big.
Wait, round trip?
Well, again, we still don't know anything for sure. We have to wait
Plan
until
is to
6
bring 'em
p.m.,
back.
which is in 5 more hours.
Wow.
But we're all like, we don't know if they're planning on flying us out in 2 days or if they're a week. We're the last ones in the meeting, which kind of worries us that we're the lowest priority.
Well,
if they're not going to offer us a ticket for 5 days, I'm wondering, should I just go ahead and get one and then...
Well, I already have one for you on hold for Thursday, because I can do that, because American. I just did that just to be sure, because, But now there were flights out for tomorrow, and I can... No, there weren't tomorrow. There was ones on...
Well, Julie,
Yeah,
if you can
Thursday's probably the
ask that question, say my parents have already just have a flight reserved, and since the people that have already gone, you're going to reimburse them.
Yeah.
Can I go with?
Yeah, I mean, if we use one that we have, they'll reimburse us. But I think we need to wait till they,
Right.
No, I understand.
Let us know what.
Right. Let
their
me.
plan is with us, but it's just, I hate waiting around. We're
Well,
all just like
that
sitting around
kind
all
of
day
defeats
waiting.
I
kind of
know,
defeats
sweetie.
the whole purpose if you're not going to get out of there for 4 more days. I mean, it's that critical. I'm not going to bring the news back up again, but I just did. I mean, that reactor
Yeah.
is spewing
Yeah, it is.
big time. So,
And see, I knew more about all that than they did. This one lady said, I haven't even watched the news today. What's going on now? And I'm like, okay, so, you know, and like I said, I was
Like
just,
right now, they keep saying that it's getting worse and worse. Like at this moment.
yeah. Let's see here.
I mean, I'd rather just get her home and then
Julie,
argue about the
this
ticket
is
later.
the best news I've ever heard in my life, that they are going to work with you on that. Okay, the flight I made for you, what's today? Today's the 15th over there. It's on the 17th. See, I made it on Thursday. Let me see if I can find something else. You know what? I'm just going to call them. Dad is a gold member. So I'm going to call them and ask them the earliest flight they have and ask them to put that on flight, okay? The earliest one they have. Can I do that?
Well, I can't go anywhere today.
No, I know.
No, it'd be tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
It'd be Wednesday.
Wednesday and not Thursday. I'll see if they've got anything.
And we're just reserving it. Because of my gold status, I can reserve a ticket for 24
You
hours.
see, I mean, just since I made this, like Brooklyn said, the reactors are just getting worse and worse.
I know that. You don't need to keep reminding me of it. I know what's going on here. I live here. I can see what's happening.
Okay, she was just talking to herself.
Julie, please don't get snippy with me. I haven't slept at all since I talked to you last time. This is all I've
Well,
done.
neither have I, Mom. I know.
Okay, it's all right.
I
Calm
know
down.
the situation going on.
All right,
I
come
don't
on.
need you telling me everything bad that's going on there. It would be nice if you could just understand that I'm going through this and I know what's going on and you don't keep putting these horrible thoughts in my head. I would really appreciate that.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Well, when you go to your meeting, if you'll just say that my parents have a ticket. I mean, first see what they're going to say. But if they say we don't know, it could be 4 days. Then
Right.
just say, well, my parents have a ticket reserved on hold.
Yeah.
Can I use
I
that?
agree. I mean, I think that's a good idea, especially
Yeah.
since people have already left and they're getting reimbursed. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
And then we'll just argue about the payment back later. I mean, just get you home and then we'll figure it out.
I'm going to call them right now to see what they have.
And they told us we can leave anything we want here, so I don't have to pack up all my stuff. We'll have our same apartment waiting for us when we get back.
That's cool.
So I'm just going to bring 1 or 2 suitcases with me.
Okay. What happens if the radiation stays around for 6 months and they offer you like a contract to go to Hong Kong or Paris or something instead? I mean, is that a possibility? I mean,
Let's
No,
get her home.
we've all decided. I mean, we've been meeting with each other. We're all going to come back as soon as it's safe. I
Yeah,
mean, this
just
is where I
move.
want to be.
We'll worry about the 2 suitcases later. Let's just get her home. I don't want her stressing over hauling 4 suitcases everywhere.
reservations. Okay, hold on. I'm looking here.
I think you'd be better off calling.
Julie, don't forget your Splenda.
Yeah, which they sell everywhere here.
Yeah, well,
Do they really?
we didn't know that, did we?
I walk into Costco, and the first aisle, I walk in, and they have the exact same huge boxes of Splenda that were in my suitcase.
And you have like 5 pounds of it.
Maybe you
Yeah.
could sell it back to
And I
them.
haven't even been able to use it because we haven't had water for a week.
That picture that you sent in the grocery store, that's the first thing I noticed was the Splenda.
Well, at least she was
Yeah.
prepared.
But,
Now we know what not to take next time.
and they gave us 10 more bags of water today, so I'm using my 18 bags of water to boil and take a bath.
Oh, good.
Aren't you
Betsy's
smart? Little
friend there, Tomoko, she just sent me an email and said that they decided to move their church to the Western Mountains and that she would hold a spot for you if you wanted to join them.
So
So if you,
she lives there in Chiba, close to you, and they're leaving.
they're leaving, yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't I find, okay.
I mean, I agree. Even if they weren't sending us home right now, I would go home for now. I mean,
Thank you.
knowing that we can come back.
Yeah. Well, we knew that was an important part.
Yeah, this is the best news.
What?
I'm gonna call them real quick. Mark, you see
I
that?
hate that we have to wait around till 6. This is so annoying.
Yeah. What? The three sibs.
Okay, there's
One on
Brooklyn.
a chair, one on oatmeal, and one on the computer.
There's Brooklyn right there. She's talking to Julie right there.
Are you videotaping this situation?
I'm just documenting it. Okay, everybody say hey.
Hey.
Everybody else say hey.
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 Julie?
Hey.
Yeah,
Hey.
that one as well.